Now, the third stanza. This third stanza attacks this education being provided to these children in no uncertain terms. It severely criticizes this education. How? Let's see. Surely Shakespeare is wicked. The picture of Shakespeare, which has been shown on the wall, referring to that. The poet says, Shakespeare is wicked for them, is bad for them, is a bad influence on them. Now that's really strange, but let's proceed. The map, a bad example, and the map, that open-handed map, is a bad example, is not a good way to teach them about the world outside. Now the second part is understandable. They should be taken outside to experience the world rather than being given theoretical knowledge of that world through the maps and books. But the first line, still strange. Shakespeare is wicked. How can Shakespeare be wicked? How can he be bad? Even if the poet had said that Shakespeare is irrelevant to these children, it would have been understandable. But how can he be wicked? Let's see in the second line what he says. With ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. Ships and sun and love refer to the themes of Shakespeare's plays. Shakespeare ships refers to international travel, the world outside. Shakespeare's plays are full of such travels, like The Merchant of Venice. And sun refers to glory, glorious kings and queens about whom Shakespeare writes. And love, those beautiful love stories which Shakespeare has written, these are the themes of Shakespeare's plays, and these all together indicate good life. So in sum, Shakespeare's plays are based on good life. He has not talked about poor people. And this description of good, rich, glorious life actually tempts these children to steal. You see, you take a poor child, a poor, hungry child before a McDonald's outlet. You show him all those delicious dishes, but you don't give him the means to actually buy those dishes and eat them. What will he do? He will be tempted to steal. The same happens with these children. They are shown glimpses of good life through this so-called education, but they are not provided any means to attain that good life. So they are tempted to steal, they are tempted to become criminals. They are tempted to acquire those things through wrong means. That is why Shakespeare is wicked for them. Next line. For lives of these children that slyly turn, slyly unnoticed, turn, grow, develop. The lives, these are developing, growing in these slums, unnoticed by the outside world. Where in their cramped holes, what are these cramped holes? Congested holes. They are their houses, the hutments. There they live. They have been called cramped holes. So the lives that are developing in these cramped holes, unnoticed by the outside world, for them, what is the future? From fog to endless night. If you remember, in the second stanza, the poet had said that their future is being painted with fog. That means their future is unclear. But now he outrightly says that it is leading to night. In fog you can still see, but in night you can't. So the future is growing from dark to darker, and this light is endless. There seems to be no hope for these children. You see how beautifully the poet brings out what this education and what these living conditions together are doing to these children. Let's proceed further. On their slag heap, these children wear skins, peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel. Very, very difficult lines and very, very suggestive similes and metaphors used. Slag heaps. What does it mean? Slag is the industrial waste, and heap, pile, a pile of industrial waste. You see, the poem is based on a setting of early industrial revolution. The similes and metaphors are also based on those images. So rather than referring to a simple garbage dump, the poet refers to heaps of industrial waste, and he compares children's bodies to those heaps of industrial waste. What does this suggest about the bodies of these children? Heaps of garbage or industrial waste are first of all unshapely. These children are also unshapely. Second, it is stinking. It has very, very foul smell. Children's bodies are also stinking. They have very foul smell. They are as repulsive, as revulsive as those piles of industrial waste which could be seen in those days of industrial revolution everywhere, almost everywhere. So, on their garbage heap like bodies, these children wear skins. Skins, the metaphor of clothes has, we wear clothes, we don't wear skin, but these children wear skins. So the metaphor of clothes applies to their skins. That means just like our loose-fitting clothes that hang out from our bodies, these children's skin seems to be hanging out of their bodies. They are so severely malnourished. Further, these skins are peeped through. From inside these skins, something is peeping out, looking out. And what is that thing? Peeped through by bones. Bones are looking out. On this garbage dump, on these garbage dump like bodies, skin hangs out like loose-fitting clothes. And from that skin, their bones are visible as if peeping from inside, trying to look from inside. And their faces are being described in the next few words. Spectacles of steel with mended glass. These spectacles are not very expensive, but still somewhat expensive. Those spectacles which some of those children are wearing, they are cheap spectacles. Their frames are made of steel with mended glass. And how do those spectacles look on their faces? Like bottle bits, pieces of broken glass. To describe this glass, on stones. Pieces of broken glass on stones. So if glasses, spectacles are pieces of broken glass, then what is this stone? Their faces. The metaphor of stones has been used for their faces. Their faces are as expressionless as stones. You see how competently the poet has brought out their pathetic condition. Just imagine. Create this imagery in your mind and you will be better able to understand the poem and appreciate it. Coming to last two lines. All their time and space are foggy slum. These foggy slums, these dark slums, these are the only space they have, and all their time, all their life is spent in this space. They have no life outside these slums because the policies of this capitalistic society and of government do not allow them to come out of the slums to build their own lives out of the slums, so their lives remain confined till the end to the confines of these slums. And these slums so blot their maps, the world shown by these maps. So here the map refers to the larger world. This larger world is dotted with slums as big as doom, as big as the doomsday, and these slums are like blots, like dark spots on our world. So finally the poet ends this stanza by calling these slums dark spots on the face of this world. I repeat the stanza. Surely Shakespeare is wicked. Surely Shakespeare has a bad influence on these children. The map, a bad example, and the map, the way of teaching through the map and the books is a bad way of teaching to them. In the next line, he explains why Shakespeare is a bad influence, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. The themes of Shakespeare's play, the themes dealing with the lives of the rich, the themes of the ships and sun and love, do nothing but tempt these children to acquire these things through wrong means and become criminals. For lives that slyly turned in their cramped holes from fog to endless night. The lives of these children which are taking shape in their cramped, congested hole-like houses, unnoticed by the outside world. Where are these lives leading to? From fog to endless night, from dark to darker and to darker. On their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones. On their garbage dump like bodies, the skins of these children hang like loose-fitting clothes, and bones from inside jut out as if peeping through the skins, trying to look outside. And spectacles of steel with mended glass like bottle bits on stones, and on their expressionless faces those cheap glasses which some of them are wearing look like pieces of broken glass on their stone-like faces. All their time and space are foggy slums. They are doomed to spend their whole life inside these slums. Probably they will never be able to craft a future outside these slums. So blot their maps with slums as big as dooms, and these slums are dark spots on the face of this world. These slums are curses on our lives in this world. This was the third stanza. Thank you.